Okay, we are live. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Empower Circle business presentation. I'm so excited about doing this live into the group. So tag your friends. Actually, Mel, could you take a second and tag everyone like we did last week? That was a great idea. So I like that, people can just come into the group and see this rolling live. And, it makes it super easy for people to get in front of what we have to say tonight. So I'm very, very happy my name is Peg Tucker, by the way. I'm from upstate New York. And I've been with the company for 5 years. Absolutely the best decision I've ever made. I get to work with these incredible people that I'm here with tonight. So if we could just go around and if you each could just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself if you haven't met us already. Paul, can you go first?
Sure. Do you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paul Capozio, and I reside in beautiful Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Now, I know you might not feel it's beautiful, but get on Google Maps or whatever and take a look at it. It's really, really a nice place to live. Well, my wife and I live here close to the beach. That wasn't always the case. But I'm very nice to be here. It's very nice to be here with everyone. And please do us a favor. Just take an honest look about what we're going to present to you tonight and think about it. We'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. But tonight, just have an open mind and listen.
You're muted, Peg.
I'm gonna let Mel take over here because Mel has a great way of really helping you to open up your mind to the what if. So Mel, if you could just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am super excited to be here. I'm Melanie Jordan, and I'm from North Pole, Alaska. So Santa Claus is around the corner, so you always want to be nice. No, I'm just using. But I have to say that I'm really blessed to be here with this group of people. So when she was talking about the what if, it's kind of like what Paul just said. I mean, I'm in Alaska. I'm freezing right now. So in my house, like I just went and put on it because I was cold. It's actually beautiful and nice outside. But the benefit of being and what we want to share with you tonight is that what if, right? That's my key phrase is what if we are what you are looking for. On the other side of this door, there is so many children that you would be shocked. I live at the end of an Air Force base. I've been in the bar and restaurant business my whole life, and I worked. I came out of the womb, I think, wanting business, and I worked a lot through my whole life, and I missed out on so much of my children's lives. And so what I found in this business is that I get to stay home. I get to jump on a Zoom, or I be one on this morning, and I get to go out and be the super mommy that I want to be and the grandma that I want to be. And I can take care of the things that I need to do. And then I can take the time and sprinkle in this business. So when you're sitting back and listening to all of us talk, not just you'll hear all of us talk about each other and we talk about the business and our views on that stuff. But I want you to really take into your heart and think, what if? What if this is what you were looking for? What if it's what you're praying for? What are you really out if you give it a shot on yourself? So I appreciate you all, and back to Peg. And Peg, you're muted.
So you don't have to really be a pro at this to do this business. Sorry, guys. So I love the way you said that, Mel, and I love that you said that you're a born entrepreneur, because that's the way I see myself. And I think, we have that definitely in common, and so many of us do. That's why we're so excited about this. We like doing our own thing, setting our own ceiling. So I'd love to, Angel, if you could tell our viewers a bit about you and your experience in this industry.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. My name is Angel Chandler. I'm a single mom of 2 up in Canada. I am a full-time entrepreneur. Prior to this, for the last 11 years, before being an entrepreneur, I was a paralegal for 15 years. And I just love this industry. And I think that anybody who's here right now, you're in the right spot at the right time, and you're going to hear a lot of why that is. If you're here, I really encourage you, stay to the end. All of this information is super important to you right now. Just kind of like tune out what's going on around you and tune into this if you can, because I know that back when I first got introduced to this profession, I would want to definitely go back and hear it all again if I could and say yes. So I'm really excited for those of you who are hearing this for the first time, whether it's live or on the replay, and we're excited to be able to share with you what we're doing and why.
Angel, thank you so much. Yeah, we are excited, and the timing is perfect. And I want to, really first tell you about what it is that has brought us all together. And there's a product, one particular product that started this company, and there's a product line. So Paul, if you wouldn't mind telling everybody just a little bit about our products and why we're here.
Sure. So 5.5 years ago, I flew out to San Francisco, California. I met with the founder and the formulator of a company called New You Life. Now, when I was looking for something to do in my retirement years, when I was looking to have what I call a positive cash flow retirement, I met with this gentleman, Alexi Goldstein, who is the founder and the formulator of every product that we represent. And what I was looking for is what are the three things that would be a hindrance to me if I wanted to start my own business to be able to make the type of income that I'm making now. And we will get into that a little bit of how we make the money. But I knew that if I wanted to really have a successful business, I'd have to have a great idea for a product. Now, I'm not a product formulator. I couldn't do that. And when I met Alexi, he had an amazing product that helps with hormone replacement, helps with hormone support, helps with the number one reason most of us are not feeling as good as we can be. Because when we hit the age of 20, our hormone levels just tank, right? But then I also realized he was formulating other products when it comes to brain. Brain health is such a big thing. There's a very famous podcast out right now that they advertise a brain product. And it's basically just a pill that you take. And it's got about 6 or 7 key ingredients, stimulants being one of them. Everybody thinks better when they have their first cup of coffee, right? But when Alexi took a crack at that, he came out with a brain product that you mix in with water that's based on lion's mane mushroom, which is the number one mushroom that you would take for neurological health. And I kept seeing him going into, instead of weight loss or fat burner pills, he got into metabolism management and thermogenic management, and he got into lipotropic management, meaning we help our bodies get rid of the fat that surrounded our heart and our liver and all those vital organs. Yes, we all want to look better. We want to look thinner. Look, I'm 60 years old, guys. These products work. I'm in very, very good physical shape. I'm very, very strong. But it happened because I got my hormones in check. Then I started to get my brain in check, which my wife, Linda, is very grateful for, right? And then we started getting our metabolisms in check. And we'll talk about, there's about 5 or 6 products. And when I realized I didn't have to invent them, I didn't have to raise the money to develop them. I didn't have to go and get involved with laboratories and the FDA and all of these things that are a hindrance to business. One checkbox was checked off. The next thing was I didn't need the money to develop it. It takes millions of dollars to develop these products, right? All I wanted to do was introduce them into my network of people, the people I already knew. And the last thing was I didn't want to have to deal with the customer service side of things. I didn't want to have to deal with product returns. I wanted to be able to give people a 60-day money-back guarantee, whether they like the products or not, to make them feel comfortable. Those are all the components that I was looking for if I was going to build a business myself. But at the time, 55 years old, I'm like, look, I'm not going through that. I just want to be able to plug and play into something that if I love these products and I could talk about them to people and they got excited about it the way I got excited about it, there could be something here. And that's when I realized all I have to focus on is scale. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But the products are products that are experiential products. Peg, your before and after pictures. Do you have any of the before and after pictures that we could show?
Yes, I will bring those up.
Okay, so we're going to go right into the results of the products because I don't really care what's in it, but I do know everything is homeopathic, holistic, natural ingredients. There's nothing in there that's going to harm you. These are all based on lion's mane mushroom and willowwort and chase tree fruit and all of these amazing things. But look, Peg, we're going to go to this because we want to keep this fast because all we're trying to do is let you see that we have amazing products that people are going to want. We have an amazing training and an amazing family to support you, right? And we have the ability for you to make an income. Now, look at Peg's picture right there before the gel and look into the 4 years. I want you to look at something and I'll show you the difference between taking a fat burner or drinking an energy drink and or really getting your hormones in check. I want you to look at her face before the gel and her face after 4 years. That's not just weight loss. If you see the cheeks and the different shape in her face, that's hormone-related weight retention, right? So there's a lot more going on here than just dropping fat, which is not the healthiest way to stay in shape. You could see the same thing with the younger girl in the upper right-hand corner. And then I want you to see Danielle Marie in the right. This is a former gymnast who went through some really, really difficult personal struggles, cancer, losing her home to a fire, raising children, a single mom. And this person was in amazing shape, kind of let things go like many of us do. And once she got her hormones in check and she had the positive outlook of being able to be in a business that she loved with products that were effective, and she could turn her life around financially, well, the sky was the limit for her. So we're gonna go on a little bit, but I hope I'm just getting you a little bit excited to take the next step. Distributors in the world for this company. So it is possible, and we'll show you how. Thank you, Peg. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul. This is what has brought us all together. And one of the things that you've really created in the team that we are on in particular is the culture and the family that we have here. I mean, we really are tight knit. We really work together so well and support each other and celebrate each other's wins. And that's something that you don't find often, in most people's jobs. Yes, please.
Can I comment on that? So I came out of Wall Street. I really don't get into my background so much, but I came out of Wall Street. It was literally dog eat dog. And when I got into this business, I realized that I could have more personal satisfaction by coaching and training people how to be successful. Because if I could train now over 70,000 people across the world to be successful, and I could make a tiny piece of each of that, it really is much better than grinding it out day after day for a W-2. It really, really is. But you start small. I just looked at my first check the other day. It was like $127. Now, we have added a lot of zeros to it, but I will tell you, that's where it starts. Let's get you making your first $100.
Yeah, no, it's true. You start small in so many ways, because you start small maybe in the kind of personality or presence that you have, right? That's where I started. But one of the things that we have in our team is we have leaders that draw out of us what our potential is and help us to live up to our potential. So if you feel like there's something inside of you that you want more out of life, this is what we offer. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Melanie. If you are such a dynamic leader here with New Life, and we are seeing you just skyrocket and go to the highest heights. And I'm so excited to see that with you. And I would love for you to talk about the leadership that we have here.
Well, that was very sweet, Peg. And so after those two go first, then I get to go. No, I'm just teasing. For me, though, I couldn't be Peg, right? Peg, what you don't know about Peg is she is social media famous. She talks about not being queen of systems, yet she finds a system to be able to have a system. So when I first started, I looked at her and I saw that. And so, if you're on right now listening to the replay or you're listening to the live and you're hearing me talk, we all have different strengths. We all have different things. And like she just said right before she called me on, is if something in you is stirring with something that we said, I really want you to deep dive, take a look at this is for you and if it's the right fit. You probably, if you're in this group and seeing this live or having it sent out, you've probably said something to us, or we already know you and we want you to take a look at our business. And that's honestly what we want. We don't want to twist your arm. We don't want to take your credit card. We want you to want to be a part of us. And so my portion is leadership, because what the benefit is, Danielle's normally on with us and she talks about product. Paul talked about product. I could never talk about product. I do know more now than when I first started. That is a true statement, but I could never talk about product because I was not the most healthy person in the world. I ran this bar and restaurant. I have 9 biological kids and 16 kids, so many extras in this house all the time. And so I chased ibuprofen with Rockstar and I lived that way for years, not just like a little while. I mean, I'm talking years I lived that way. And so when I looked at this as a business, I had a great product experience, but that was not for me, the business side, because I wasn't in health and wellness. I thought I had to look a certain way, know a bunch of knowledge, make my own toothpaste, eat really green. I want beer and pizza on the weekends. I want to be able to entertain my friends. I want to be able to have this different lifestyle choice. And now that I've been here for a little while, I am more open to different things. But in the beginning, I wouldn't even entertain this as a business because I thought I had to be a certain way. And that's what I want to share with you. And my big portion and my big aha moment was I realized I didn't have to be any of those things. I don't have to make TikToks. I don't have to go on Facebook and do a bunch of stuff. I can. I think it makes you more money that way. And I like to describe our business like a bicycle wheel. And it has all these little pegs in that bicycle wheel for us to be able to do the business. And Peg can show you how to do that. Me, I like to talk about 6 to 8 influential friends. I want to talk about your friends. I want to talk about scaling your business. As soon as you decide to say yes to us, I instantly want to get you on the phone with Paul, because he is the best coach, because he doesn't try to tell you what to do and map it all out for you. He listens to what you say, where you want to go. Let's start small. Let's master this and keep moving. And I know that that was a key portion to my success, is I didn't try to do it all. I tried to figure out what I fit with my own personality, where I could learn from, and then mastered a couple small skills. And I just got really, really good at inviting people to come take a look. I probably get more no's than most, but I am sold out on the product. I am sold out on Alexi Goldstein and his products and what's to come in this company. I see the pathway. And I see what's coming because I got to know his heart. I see the vision of how much money can be made by Paul Capozio. I see how I could learn and master social media to add a little extra income in my product. And when I met Angel, I learned how she did her closing questions. She is eloquent of how she talks. And I knew that I was going to be auditioning to talk on stage because I knew I was moving up the career path, and it terrified me. And so instead of being scared and not doing anything, I started following people who I liked the way they spoke. I liked what they said, people that I respected, and I started following them. And now that, honest to God, is my success. I work way probably harder on myself and self-growth than I probably do on anything else in this business. And so I just appreciate you all for being here and being able to allow me not just to talk, but I hope that, and if you heard something that I said and you feel a little bit more normal, that maybe you don't have to be something before you're here, because this really is the best place to be. And thank you so much, Peg.
Melanie, thank you. I love listening to hear you speak, because you inspire me. And you learning, paying attention, watching the right people, learning and mastering, and then passing that on. That's your superpower. So I love that. So we are tuned in. So I would love, if Paul, if you could talk a little bit about the industry, about how we get paid, right? That's the other reason why we're here, and maybe about the business model itself, and maybe some misconceptions about it.
Sure. Well, that's the thing. We want to try to let people know that you don't really know what you know until you investigate and look at it for yourself. We've all heard the goods and bads and the uglies about any industry. People even talk about products, right? If you looked up bottled water on the internet, you'd never drink it again. If you knew about the plastic that it came in the bottle, or what they did, some of the waters, do you think of these pure waters or just filtered tap water from the street? So the bottom line is, we need to know that we need to make choices in our life that are going to benefit us. And when we start having excuses, these are limiting beliefs that come up from within inside of us that prevent us from taking that next step. Oh, it's not for us. We're not deserving. We're not ready. The minute I was able to start working on those challenges that I was having personally, I started to find success, not only on Wall Street, but even in this business too. So obviously, we're in a business where we're trying to do two things. We're trying to introduce our products to customers who might be interested in them by using some of those before and after pictures, or TikTok, or just doing what Mel and I do. And Angel, we're kind of belly to belly people, talking to people. And the next thing we're doing is we're looking for people who also want to have some sort of a secondary stream of income. This started out for me as a plan B. And I will tell you, everyone is either looking for a plan B or is thinking about the potential for a plan B, especially where we are right now in this economic market. Right? Think about just being able to outpace inflation, right? Just watch a pound of butter in the last 2.5 years and see where that's going. If you could imagine outpace that, that would be huge for so many families all over the world. So we get paid 5 ways in this business. And the first way is very simple to understand. Somebody goes to our own personal websites because of how we attract them to us, maybe telling them about the product, maybe they saw a video, maybe you sent them a video to their phone, they looked at it, and they buy something, we get a commission. Real simple. Everybody knows that. If you don't think you're participating in the affiliate marketing or network marketing community, and you saw a Facebook ad for something on Amazon, someone's getting paid for that. Did you know that Amazon has a 10% commission based on driving traffic to them? So affiliate marketing is the future. Our children will not make an income the way many of us did. I'm 60 years old, right? The idea of W-2s, et cetera, that doesn't exist for the future generations. They're just operating differently. If you had a gap of 2 years on a resume, you weren't getting a job back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? Now, 2-year gap in a resume, yeah, I didn't feel like working. I took time off. I was living in my parents' basement, and it's not even an issue. The other 4 ways out of the 5 that we get paid are on team building. And that's where I decided to focus, because I'd rather make money 5 different ways instead of just one way. And I knew that if I could harness the power of my networks, and then those networks growing into other people, I knew I didn't have to do all the work myself. So I'm going to get to the benefits of this. I'm not going to get into all the particulars of how we get paid. But number 1, it's exponential growth and residual income. Meaning, I grow exponentially. I knew Angel. We were doing some other business together. I was doing some consulting with her. And I said, hey, why don't you take a look at this other business model I have? Oh, ironically, she was involved and happened to be a superstar in this industry already. So all I did was ask. I'm either going to get a yes or a no. Right? The next thing is, as these teams build, they start to grow exponentially. Angel knows somebody in Canada. She knows somebody in Korea. She knows Melanie is in the South Pole, Alaska. And all of a sudden, this exponential growth starts to happen, and then we start seeing residual income. Why? When I go to sleep tonight, my partners in Korea are waking up, or my partners in Japan, or Australia, New Zealand, they're waking up and they're building their dream. The next thing is, it's a true team effort. All of us on this call are different. My New Jersey accent could sound like a cheese grater on a glass right now to you. That's okay. There's Mel, there's Angel, which you haven't even really heard what all the power she has, and Peg. If you want to do TikToks, all these people are taking selfies and with the duck lips, and they're making money doing it. Or if you are doing that, let us show you how to monetize that. You're going to have representatives, not employees. Many of you thinking about starting your own business. Employees, W-2s, insurance, health insurance. Then build it from anywhere. I am literally in my master bedroom right now talking to you people, and I'm sure there are people in other parts of the world watching this right now, and maybe they'll just watch it on a replay. It's a very, very low financial entry and risk, right? That's the challenge with this. You get started for a couple of $100, but if you don't put the time and effort into it, it's throwing it away. That's why I see people, sometimes it's better to spend $100,000 to start a business, because you know what? If you get in trouble, you're going to work your butt off. Imagine having that same mindset and only spending a couple of $100, or maybe even $1,000 is the most you could spend. $1,100, I think, and change to get started, right? Then the other thing is 1099 income. You're getting an income that, when I travel, my hotel bill, my meals, even my clothing when I'm working is a tax deduction for me. Now, you should always consult with your tax professional on it. But if you don't have a small business that you could take advantage of the tax advantages, you're already losing money by not being part of New You Life. Okay? And how about working with the people you want to work with, right? I'm not looking over the cubicle and saying, oh my God, James is in again today. I can't stand this guy. It doesn't happen. We actually interview people to find out if they're right to join us, right? And money and time freedom as this exponentially grows. So I can go on, but the point is, I just want to give you enough to grab onto to really, truly consider what you're looking at here. The benefits that you truly have. Now, it's not hard work, but you got to be consistent. If you're not willing to put 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night, at a minimum, every single day, it's probably not going to work out for you. Now, if you want to make an extra $100, $200 a week, yeah, we could show you how to put that much time in. If you sit down with us and say, Paul, these are my goals. This is where I want to get to financially in the next 1 or 2 months or 1 to 2 years, and this is the number, I could work backwards to tell you what it's going to take. I've done it with over 68,000 people. Not personally one-on-one, but that's the number of people that are in my organization after only 5.5 years. Okay, so I'm going to end there, and I want to give it back to you, Peg.
Paul, thank you so much. I loved what you said about having a $100,000 mindset and only having this very low cost of entry. I think that's, that the low cost of entry is almost a challenge, because you don't have that. You don't dedicate yourself the way you did if you had that big investment. And, I love that also talking about getting around this group of people, being around successful people, the conversation's different, right? You go from that doubt, maybe a little bit of doubt in yourself when you're thinking, can I do this? Can I do this? You get plugged in and you develop this belief because you see what's happening with other people, and we all help each other to believe in ourselves. So it's so transformative in that way, even for every part of your life. Right. So what I'd love to do is turn it over to Angel. Angel, if you could tell us a little bit about what from your perspective, the timing of where we are at right now, and also tell people, like, if you're still listening right now, I'm guessing that we've got your attention and there's something you're thinking, well, okay, maybe this is, maybe what if, right? Like Melanie said, what if this is it? So if it is, how do I get started? So if you could tell us about that and take us out. Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you so much. We're always here learning, right? Every time one of you is talking, I'm listening, I'm absorbing, I'm taking in more, because each time we say something, we say it a little bit different. And I just love that. So I think that everybody watching right now just got a great example of the leadership that is here, first of all. And when we talk about the timing of New You Life, it's not just the timing of, oh, where am I coming in the company? Where are they at? It's the timing of so many different things. And the timing of this leadership team, for one. You can see right now that you're plugging into a team that not only knows what they're doing, they've done it before, they've built the success, they show you how, they are giving you the time, they are the type of leaders that you want to plug into, that you know you can plug into, and that will actually help you to create success. So that's huge for me. As Paul said, when we talked, we were talking about business outside of New You Life. And I had been, I started in this profession 11 years ago, but I had taken a break. And honestly, I thought it was a full-time break. I thought I was done. I had been in some companies, I had built success, and for whatever reason, sometimes they fall apart. And I was done. I was out building different companies outside of here, and I thought I was fine. But after talking to Paul, I saw what was here in New You Life. And through those years where I was building and coaching and working with people and helping them build their businesses, I started to see exactly what was needed in a company in order to be able to just come in and create success. And I even thought to myself years before talking to Paul, the only time I'm going to do something is if I 100% know it's right. If I 100% feel like this is it, it's going to be the finale for me. And that's it. And that's what we have here. And the reason is not only just the timing of the company, which I'll talk about, but the timing of this product. This product is completely unique. And there's nothing out there in competition. And if you think about anybody else that you may know in home business that is selling their products or approaching you with their health and wellness products, there's fantastic products out there in this profession. That's why people do this, because the products are usually second to none, right? But you're usually also competing with many other companies out there, and we don't have that. We have a hormone health product. As Danielle always says on our videos, everybody has hormones. Everybody needs this. I needed this when Paul approached me. I needed the product. I didn't know I needed the product, but I needed the product because I'm in my 40s. My hormones were out of whack. I was frustrated. I didn't know what was going on. My body was changing. I felt like I had no control. Everybody needs this. So the fact that you can come in, you're not competing with hundreds of thousands of other people with a similar product out there, millions of people with a similar product out there. You get to come in and you get to really capitalize on this market share of what we have right now. So timing of coming into this company for that reason is so crucial. But we also, because that's the case, and because we don't have millions of people out there right now selling it, you're coming in at a time where we're just about to hit that momentum. We're starting to get more and more visibility. More people are hearing about us. More people are coming in. More leaders are coming in. More leaders are being attracted to this because, again, they know what it takes to build something big. They know where the big paycheck is sitting, and they know how to come in and build it, right? And that's what we have here. So you're going to get in right at this cusp of before we have this overflow and we have this flood that's coming in. It's such a sweet spot to be in when you're in this profession. And I love that because even if you're brand new and you've never done this before and you're like, oh, well, she just said she did this for 11 years and now she's here. It doesn't matter. You can just plug into one of us here and get that success. You can create your success here. You can be that person who came into your first company and created it. Or maybe you are like me. You've been around for years and years. Maybe in your past, you never created any success. Maybe you've just been frustrated. But we all know that right now, everybody needs multiple streams of income. And this is a multiple stream of income. We need that insurance on our income after what we saw happen over the last few years. And that's why this is so attractive to so many people. And I love that you can do it in a little bit of time, just like Paul said. Does it take the commitment and the heart and the fire to do it? Yes. But the great thing is you have these people here who light that fire in you every single day. We're never going to give up on you. You're never going to be alone. You're going to get annoyed with us because we're going to poke you and say, hey, how's it going? Do you still want to do this? Are these still your reasons you want to do this? We won't give up on you. And like Paul said, when you go into work, you're not having somebody sitting beside you saying, hey, how can I help you up your check this month? Hey, did you make enough money last month? Do you have bigger goals this month? I want to lock arms with you and help you do that. That's what you get here. So I love, Peg, if you want to bring up the screen, the timing of coming into something like this and knowing that you're in that perfect spot of being here just at the right time. Like I said at the beginning, there is no coincidences. You're here for a reason. Whoever introduced you to this group, for whatever reason you're seeing this, there's a reason you're seeing it. And the great thing is it's affordable to be here, just like Paul said. And so you might be listening to this now and going, well, maybe I'll just try the products. I know my hormones need help and I just want to try the product. Or maybe you're like, I'm all in. I want to plug into this team. We are ready to meet you wherever you're at. But the bottom line is everybody wants to look, feel, and live better. All of us do. It's a common thing for all of us. We all want that. So you can come in for as little as $199 and start your own business, have your own online e-commerce business where you're just selling products off of your website. It's that simple. Plus you get product with that. Or you can go all in all the way up to $10.89. You get a whole bunch of bottles. That is really just the committed point where you're able to start your business in a big way, right? And anything in between. There's many different packages that you can choose to start. And wherever you're at, we want to know. So make sure that you get back to whoever brought you into this group, whoever introduced you to this tonight. I see people tagging people in the comments, which is awesome. So if you've been tagged, get back to that person. And if tonight isn't for you, that's fine. But at least get back to them and say, hey, thanks for tagging me. Thanks for thinking of me. Thanks for knowing or showing me that you care about me enough to show me this business and this product. If you need some time to think about it, that's fine. We're here next Wednesday again. But that's the great thing is if you're like, I don't know if I can do what they do. There's nothing special about us. We just plug people into these videos. You can invite people on a Wednesday night and you can say, hey, my friends, Peg, Paul, Mel, Angel, they come in and they do an awesome video. Are you available on Wednesday night to watch it? If you're not, the replay is in the group. I'll just tag you in the video. It's that simple. And that will help you grow your business. And then you're going to get the coaching from us at the same time. We have incredible training that we do outside of this. And I just really just want to congratulate you for being here tonight. It is just so fantastic to see all these comments and all these people watching and just knowing that we're impacting the world, not just with our products, but with this business, with this leadership. And really, New You Life is going to be one of those companies that you're not going to want to look back and say, I wish I would have. You're going to say, I'm so glad I did. So jump in now, get in with us. Just make that commitment to yourself. Say yes to yourself. We all say no to ourselves so many times. Just say yes tonight and we'll jump in with you. And it's going to be the funnest ride you ever had.
Angel, thank you so much. Paul, Melanie, and everyone tuned in, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you all. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.